may pay respect to Sangha who gather here to support intensive English program for disseminating the Buddha's teaching. I would like to thank you for you all today who let me learn, let me know, who let me enjoy about your presentation. As I am in a team to support the program, I feel very happy to see, to know that everybody can give presentation on this funeral ceremony or cremation ceremony very well. And I think not necessary for me to translate my paper yesterday. If you need, I can do for you. Okay, I don't like to go deep and to criticize and give comment personally because we have short time. But I would like to give overview and suggestion overall from 3 days until today. It's called suggestion. For the notice, I think all Dhammaturtamans have clear knowledge and idea about the Buddha's teaching. They are ready to teach the Buddha teaching to the people, but they lack some English skill to communicate the Buddha's teaching in English. So this is a good time for all of us to come to self-awareness, self-study, self-knowing. Was it right? Was it wrong? Was it effective? Was it defective? If we can see English is still defective, we should correct. And if we see we can use English to communicate effectively, we can support or we can increase or add in that ability of communication. So our program support for self-development to increase English skill. It's time for us to evaluate and then set the vision to do to increase our English skill and be success in this purpose. And may I suggest to you all that if you have time or your temple is nearby or your school is nearby your temple or the school is not far more from your temple, and you should go to school. And then if you go to study English or studying English does not interfere your religious worker, you should go. Because going to school supports us to have time to have some conversation with non-Thai people. In so many temples, we always speak Thai with Thai people, and very difficult to speak English to Thai people. And sometimes we feel very shy to speak English to Thai people. Very hard for us to speak. So for monks, it's a time for us to go to have experience of conversation. In the school only, that's very appropriate place for the school. And for the people outside the temple can improve English very well because they can go tech, they can go pub or bar or club or Starbucks place to drink coffee 3 hours, 2 hours and exchange some idea and say hello, speak to the local people. So not long time your English would be improved. But for monk it's not appropriate to go to such a kind of place to exchange or to study conversation immediately. So when we are very far from practice conversation and we have less communication, so we also have less skill in speaking. So just one way for us to go to school, to attend the class. Then in America is a good school to let us to have placement test. Was class, they put you and you agree that class and try to go to study in that process. By passing the process, our English can be improved. That's the time for us to practice conversation skill or speaking skill. When I came to America, I spent about 10 years to college, but I never finished AA or BA at all. Until all teacher in Mauset called me grandpa student. Grandpa student coming. Because I attend so many classes of English. Public speaking, I attend, and writing, I attend, philosophy, I attend that class. Every class that I can use English. And I find that, I realize that that's just one way for us as a monk to use English as communicative. So if you have time, go to school nearby your temple. And because when we go to temple, we have time to have the speaking skill, writing skill, and another communication, reading skill, or pre-say writing, or even writing essay. It awakes us to find and to search the information. And even you attend the public speaking class, before we give presentation, teacher will give us the story to go to the library. But it's very brief. When we have final examination, they want us to talk about 3 minutes. And then for today, I think a very great class, because we let us to speak impromptu speech. That is very difficult for public speaking. What's impromptu speech? Impromptu speech, that means when you come, okay, let go and speak. Never preparation. That's very difficult. So in the future, I talked to my vice president, Professor Siddhithamaporn, that if we have time like 5 or 7 days, we would like to prepare about topic about 2 hours. And then sometime I would like to help correction of grammar. A little bit, it's not hard. And like when you say born, born and die come together, something like that. And then if we see the note, we can give a little bit correct. Birth and death come together, something like that. So this is our vision for next program, if possible. But now we have Ajahn Prakru Warisit as a host for the next time. But we prepare time. This is the way of communication that we done well here. And then my suggestion is to support you to be progressive in English skill. And then the third one of my suggestion is watch news and movies. TV or YouTube, because I have no TV, I just YouTube only.
What about iPhone?
Okay, you can watch iPhone, you can watch YouTube or live Facebook. That they give you English news, like a CNN, ABC News, or when you walk in the morning, you can bring your radio and listen NPR. You can get the news around the world. It increases your listening skill, NPR. And those who have iPhone, you can go and set NPR radio and put in your ears, and then it can increase listening too. And the listening skill is very difficult. I try again and again, but very, very difficult. But at least if you follow the news, watching television, or listening from radio, NPR, that means National Broadcasting around the country.